Hello. Welcome back to another Vintage Cube draft. If you were with us last league, you know that we got assaulted in game three via the internet. It was very disrespectful. I took it very personally, and all I want to say to our opponent is I hope it was worth 50 play points. Um, I've moved on, which is evident by the fact that I opened a Mox Pearl. I'm feeling very blessed and highly favored in order to open one of the better Moxes, honestly. I love Mono White. Mox Pearl Mono White is like a different breed. Like a turn one Thalia is like enough to win the game a lot of the time against certain decks. So Mox Pearl honestly is probably one of my favorite cards to open. Pack one, pick one. So other interesting cards, Kithian's good mono white. Force of Negation's great. There's a fetch, blue signet, but there's I'm just gonna take Pearl, obviously. Pick one, pack one box is generally very good. This is not a great mono white pack. There is Chandra, which is probably the strongest individual card. Maybe like Spellseeker, depending on like what's in your deck. I think I'm gonna take Metamorph. Metamorph goes in literally any deck, including mono white. It can be fine in copy an artifact or a creature, and you get the enter the battlefield effects. So that's cool. The other option would be taking like Miscalc maybe. That's like good cheap interaction. If we end up playing blue white. I think I'm just gonna take Metamorph. I want to play mono white. Maybe that's wrong. We'll find out. Here Phyrexian Revoker's actually like surprisingly really good a lot of the time. You can't name lands, which is important. So you can't stop like a Celestial Colonnade from activating and attacking you, but you can name things that tap for mana. So you can name their Arbor Elf, you can name their Signet, and sometimes it's like a 2 mana Stone Rain that attacks for 2 damage. It's really nice. Other option is like Grim Monolith, but if we're playing like low to the ground white, that's not really great. Flicker Wisp will come back. I don't see a reason to take it now. I think I'm just gonna take Revoker. In this pack, we see this pack's kind of lame. There's Recurring Nightmare. As we learned last league, I love Recurring Nightmare. Leovolt's great. It is 3 colors though, and we have a Mox Pearl, which is none of those colors, so I kind of don't want to take it. Eidolon Destruction is kind of the worst. It's not great. I think I'm just gonna take Elvish Mystic. Uh, Elves are great. The other option would be like taking Night of Autumn if we end up like green white, but I think I'd rather just take Elvish Mystic and maybe we end up playing green. These cards could see playing green. I'm just gonna take Elvish Mystic. Here we see Student of Warfare. I like. I do like Ravages. You're supposed to take Ravages first and then take Student of Warfare. Other than that, this pack's kind of boring. I mean, there's an Emrakul, but I don't think we're an Emrakul deck. Don't see a reason to take a Spirebluff Canal. Yeah, Ravages goes well with Mox Pearl, and if we don't get Student of Warfare back, it means someone else is in mono white, which is going to be great information for us to know that that's going on. Here, ooh, Dark. Why is Dark Confidant going this late? I never really liked Black White, and then I saw Caleb Gannon play it like multiple times, and he makes it look so effortless and broken. The issue is Tideholder Scholar is also in this pack, and I also like Figure of Destiny and Leonin Relic Order. I think I'm just gonna take Dark Confidant. Dark Confidant is really good. Being able to put a 2 mana play that draws you an extra card every turn is brutal. In this pack, there's neither Reliquary. I think I'm just gonna take Legion's Landing. It's good mono white. Ooh, I hate Stormo. Never take this card. Sorry if any of you are huge Storm fans. I'm not. So, here we have Silverblade Paladin and Honor of the Peer. Honor of the Peer would be good if we're going strictly mono white, but because there's a chance we might be playing black, I think I like Silverblade Paladin better. This pack, I forget what else was in this pack, but we got Kithian back, so we'll take Kithian. Evenless cards black white. Our mono white deck should never get up to 8 mana, or we're probably already losing the game. So I think I'm just gonna take Baneslayer. Baneslayer's pretty good. It's randomly really good if they're just like playing like mono red and they just physically can't kill this card. We got Flickerix back, which I like. You can like Flicker Wisp on turn 2 our Mox Pearl and then get it back to like have mana type up or something. 3 power in the air with flying is like a decently fast clock for such a low rate. Honestly, I hate Eidolon of Obstruction. It's usually just like not good, but I don't think we're gonna end up playing green. Okay, we got Student Warfare back. I mean, this is a great start. Getting Mox Pearl in your mono white deck is like exactly where you want to be. Other great cards I love like Strip Mine is great in mono white. Thalia would be amazing. Path, Swords, Mom. It's the classic mono white. And then maybe some fixing to play our Dark Confidant. Dark Confidant, I feel like even in Reanimator, like usually you play it in like every deck unless like if you're playing like Reanimator, the fear is like you flip over. Ooh, we got Tide to Hollow back. That's awesome. So I think someone else is playing on a red because what's it called got taken Figure of Destiny, but yeah, I think Black White's the play here. The fear is that with Bob, you just flip over like an 8-drop and then you take 8 damage. But in a mono white deck, like we might not even be playing Baneslayer depending on like how our cards shake out, depending on like how low to the ground we want to be. So it's literally like take between 0 and 3 damage every turn to draw an extra card. That just lets us like dump our hand and not like if they wrath like whatever, we still have 5 cards in our hand. I think we're playing either of these cards. All right, pack 2. This pack is not that interesting. I would have loved to see like Path or something. That would have been a cool first pick. We could take Watery Grave. That lets a blue white or a blue black fetch grab us both colors. I don't see a reason to take Mom because it's probably going to come around. I don't think we're playing Grave Titan in our like mono white featuring black deck, although maybe we are. Grave Titan is really strong, but getting up to that much mana, especially when we're playing like Ravages in our deck, seems kind of weird. I hate Yawgmoth. I don't think I've ever seen this card be good, ever. Anguish Unmaking is fine, but I don't think it's what we're taking here. I think I'm just going to take Watery Grave. Every league that I've played on this channel so far, I just have intense mana problems, and it just makes me sad. Because I feel like I'm prioritizing mana, but maybe I'm not like enough, I don't know. I love Opposition. So my favorite deck, as I said, is Mono Red. I love Mono White. I love Mono Green, but like in that list, I love any opposition deck. My favorite is like green blue opposition. All the mana dorks suddenly like turn into a problem for your opponent. Even in League of Legends, like I love champions like Janna, Lulu. I love preventing my opponent from playing the game. That is my favorite thing to do. I don't actually like winning. We're gonna take Chrome Mox probably. Again, fast mana is just really good when you're low to the ground. It's kind of an irreplaceable effect here. Ooh. All right. So Crucible plus Ravages and Armageddon is like a cool combo. Ring Nightmare's fine. Hymn to Turok's good, but I don't know if our mana is good enough to support it necessarily. Teferi's great, but we're not playing blue. Although maybe we could with this. We don't have any fetches though. That might be greedy. The other thing I'm looking at is Demonic Tutor. Demonic Tutor is a kind of low tempo play because you have to pay 2 mana and then you don't like put anything on the board necessarily. But it's a hard effect to replace. Is that wrong? Is it wrong to take Demonic Tutor here? I might just take Teferi. Is that crazy? I think I'm just taking Teferi. Because I'm pretty sure Armageddon will come back or Ring Nightmare. I don't think this is a Demonic Tutor deck. As weird as that is, Demonic Tutor is a great card, but I don't think I'm playing it. This pack's kind of lame. There's Ashiok. I could play Ashiok for a 3rd time. That'd be kind of fun. There's also Fate's Fetters. It's great in aggro matchups, and it deals with Planeswalkers, it deals with swords, it deals with a surprising amount of permanence. This pack actually isn't that exciting, though. Don't think I'm playing Ashiok. Because this is like double off color. We're like primarily white featuring like black and maybe blue depending. So I think I'm just going to take Sword of Fire and Ice for the sideboard. Fate's Fetters should come back if we do want it. There is a blue-white tap land, but we don't really want to be having tap lands. I think I'm just going to take Spectral. This is a little upsetting that we don't have Honor of the Pure if we do have Spectral Procession in our deck. But if we get back like opposition, we could end up playing like blue-white opposition, which is a really fun deck. So I think I'm just gonna take Spectral. Remand's probably the stronger card, but we don't know that we're playing blue yet. And same thing with Celestial. Like, if this was like a Tundra, I would definitely take it. But it's a tap land, and we kind of want to be doing stuff like on turns 1 and 2. So I'm just gonna take Spectral. Guys, an Underground Sea. I needed these lands last league. Come on. We already have Watery Grave, so I don't really see a reason to take Underground Sea. The only reason that we took Watery Grave is in case we get a different fetch that makes it easier. I think I'm taking Concealed Courtyard. It should enter untapped most of the time. The other option would be Seasoned Hackblade, but this could come back as like one of the last 2 cards that we get. And a 2 mana 3/1 is a little bit replaceable. There are other cards that do the same thing, so I'm just gonna take the fixing. Here, I think it's Rich Import. Elspeth is really, really strong, but I don't think we're a deck that's trying to play 6 drops, and that's also why we wouldn't take Orzhov Signet. Because even though it's fixing and it is ramp, I'm not even sure that we're playing like Baneslayer, although it does go well with Ravages. But Rich Import's great in mono white. Interacting with their lands is usually pretty favorable. I'm actually usually surprised by how much I like Tithe Taker. I always like think it's bad and then it ends up like being good in my deck. So, but I think Emira's Call is going to be better. It costs no. The opportunity cost is pretty low. It can just be a land when we need to be a land, and if we like somehow flood out, because we do have like card draw with our Confidant and stuff. So if we end up getting to 7 lands, we can just like win the game randomly. I think that's better than Tithe Taker. The opportunity cost of playing is just way lower. Here we're just gonna take Giver. Glad it came back. I don't think this is a Wall of Omens deck. If I had like opposition, if I was like a blue-white opposition deck, I would love to play Wall of Omens. But I think here there's just Recruiter of the Guard. Recruiter of the Guard lets us get Phyrexian Revoker, which can answer a problematic permanent. Lets us grab Bob if we need card draw. Can get Tide Hollow Sculler. I think it's just the best card in this pack for us. Ooh, Armageddon Fern Wingmare. Fern Wingmare is super good, especially since we have Chromox and Mox Pearl. We can play it on turn 2. Is that better than an Armageddon? Armageddon's pretty good. I think I'm going to take Fern Wingmare. Not as good as Thalia. Thalia just costing less mana is really cool. We're going to take Sun Titan, although probably not playing it. Maybe though. Probably not playing this Teferi. We'll find out. I mean, if we just get like 2 fetches, then I'll literally play Teferi and it won't matter. But the Teferi was kind of a speculation pick anyways. I end up with this card all the time. I'm not playing it. I have no idea. I forget what card they took out of the queue for that card, but I remember being upset. Anytime they add cards to the queue, I'm always mad. Because these cards are cool. Ooh, we got Seasoned Hawkblade back. That's awesome. We're not playing Languish in our creature deck. That makes no sense. Ooh, oh, dude, why they gotta play me like this? They put Path and Scrubland in the same pack. Scrubland's more likely to come around, but if I learned anything from last draft, I just need to be able to cast my spells. And we didn't see Swords yet. We could still totally get past the Swords. Path isn't going to come back, though, which sucks, but I like being able to cast my spells. Not being able to cast my spells makes me sad. So I'm afraid we just have to take Scrubland. Oh, so boring. I could have a Path. That actually does raise an interesting point that we have no removal currently. We have land removal with Ravages, but ooh. There is a white fetch which I would love to take because we just took Scrubland. But Mana Crypt is... Are we a Mana Crypt deck? Maybe? Is that crazy? Mana Crypt lets us turn 1, Recruiter the Guard, Winged Nightmare. It'll also make it easier if we do play like Baneslayer. It works well with Ravages, Metalmorph. Yeah, I think we're just taking Mana Crypt. We're not like the most insane Mana Crypt deck by any means, but fast mana is fast mana, so we'll take it. Yes! Oh, I love Swords of Plowshare. If we get Path back too, I'll give everyone watching this video a kiss on the lips. I swear on my life. Getting Swords is very lovely. I'm very happy about that. So right now we have 26. I guess this counts as a land. Chromox counts as a land. Mana Crypt more or less counts as a land. So we only need like 2 or 3 more cards if this is the deck we're playing. Fetches would definitely be cool, considering that we have Water Grave and Scrubland, so like a black fetch would be ideal. then we could still play Teferi. Tundra. Tundra does help cast Teferi, but Gideon is really good. And I'm not even sure that like I'm playing blue. I think just to be like a concise, complete deck, I'd rather take Gideon, especially since I want to get Lingering Souls back. Like that would be cool. So I think I'm just taking Gideon and probably not playing Teferi. As much as blue Teferi is absolutely amazing, don't get me wrong, but I just don't think I'm doing it this deck. Soulfire Grandmaster is like a fine 2-drop. This pack isn't super exciting. We can take Midnight Reaper, kind of hedges against Wraths. We can play it pretty early. Like start trading our creatures kind of aggressively. I think that's better than Soulfire Grandmaster, just like a random 2/2 with lifelink. We don't really have a ton of synergy. If we get up to 5 mana, we can like start recycling swords. That's about it. Other option would be like Lotus Petal to like really turbo things out, but we already have so much fast mana. I think I'd rather have like card advantage. Here I do love Tanglewire as I've shared. I am in love with this card. I think it's way better than people give it credit for, but we don't really have a lot of like ways to end the game. And Hero of Bladehold, especially like playing it, we could play it turn 1. If we go like land, Mox Pearl, Mana Crypt, that just seems too good. We don't have a lot of like game enders, so here, Rage of Rich, Thicket, Botanical Sanctum. We're probably playing none of these cards. I'll probably take Heartless Act. It might be good in a certain matchup. I don't know. Here, we're definitely not playing Mindslayer. We're not playing Corpse Dance. So it's kind of between Winter Orb and Spirit of the Labyrinth. Spirit of the Labyrinth is a 2-mana 3/1, and it's pretty good against certain cards. This, you just reveal and then add it to your hand. Yeah, this isn't drawing, so this actually gets around it. I don't think Winter Orb is very good, but then again, we do have like Mox Pearl. We do have like 3 artifact lands. Our deck's pretty low to the ground. I'm just gonna take Spirit of the Labyrinth. I'd rather have creatures. Here, I think it's just Restoration Angel. Restoration Angel, Flicker is Tidehollow Scholar. It doesn't hit Legion's Landing. It hits Flicker Wisp, Recruiter of the Guard. That's about it. I think Restoration Angel is also just a 4-mana 3/4 flash, which can be pretty good. Ooh, we get a white fetch. That's awesome. So now we can fetch Scrublands, which is awesome. Just gonna get rid of the blue cards. The deck is looking very cool. I guess I take Blossom. It's kind of the bottom of the barrel here. We didn't get Path back, like I said, but I am very glad I took Scrublands because I ended up getting swords anyways. So I'm very lucky. Having Path and swords would have been really cool, but having Windswept Teeth with Scrubland is the dream. We're living the dream here. Mistress Factory is good in mono way. I might not play it depending on how my mana shakes out, but I'll take it. Oh, I love Tanglewire. I'm so happy to have Tanglewire. Yes! I think Tanglewire is so good. You have no idea. I'm in love with Tanglewire. I'll never not love Tanglewire. As far as cuts, I don't think we're playing Spectral, because this is only non-token, right? Yeah. It doesn't really synergize with our deck that well, other than just being like 3 white mana, put 3 power into play. That's like diversified. That's cool, but that's not really like what we're trying to do. I do want to play Tanglewire though. I love Tanglewire, you guys. I know I keep saying it, but I don't think we're a Sun Titan deck. Sun Titan does give us some value by getting back like creatures and stuff, but it's not like we have like Pernicious Deed or something that we can like recycle over and over again, or like a creature that sacrifices to draw a card or something. That would be a cool combo. It does get back Tanglewire, but I think I'm just not playing Sun Titan. How many lands is this currently? This counts as a land. I guess Mana Crypt counts as a land. So right now we'd be playing 16 lands. I think that's fine. I'm going to take a snippet of the deck, and then I'll see you guys in round 1. All right, we are in round 1. I'll tell our opponents to have fun, as always. We would love to go first. Winning the die roll is very cool. We're going to keep. This hand is fine. We have Bob. If they don't have a removal spell, we'll draw into some lands. I'm gonna lead on Kithian here. It deals more damage, especially since we're on the play. If we were on the draw, maybe I'd lead Legion's Landing, but we have an upkeep stop that we don't need right now. We're going to attack for 2. They're playing green, which means they probably don't have a way of dealing with Bob, which is great news for us. We'll pass the turn back to them. Ooh, that's fine. Thankfully, they didn't have that turn 1. That would have been bad. Or at least worse. We're gonna yield to Bob's trigger. Chromox is awesome. Love to see it. I think we're just gonna exile. We're definitely attacking with both. Actually, do I want to attack with Bob? Maybe I don't want to attack with Bob. If I don't attack with Bob, it means that I can flip Kithian next turn. Yeah, and I kind of like drawing 2 cards a turn. I'm just going to attack with Kithian. I don't think I'm playing Flicker Wisp this turn because I would love to exile their Droga Tree Speaker after they put mana on it. Okay, they trade. That's fine. I think we're going to go Student of Warfare. Student of Warfare plus Legion's Landing, I think is what we're going to do. And then we can flip Legion's Landing next turn. See if they have a removal spell for Bob. Oh, that's that's pretty scary, huh? Let's see what this is. Warrenclex is honestly probably fine. They take us for 6, which I'm not in love with, but we can just Flicker Wisp it. Drew a land, which is perfect. Never punished. Gonna play our land. I think what we're gonna do. It says trample, right? Yeah. Oh wait, I can't level this up because of Warrenclex, can't I? Hey, red, put 1 more counters on permanent. Have as many rounded down. So I do need to Flicker Wisp it first if I want to level this up, which I think I do. Because I would like to get, and then this will flip Legion's Landing. Does Legion's Landing tap for white mana? I guess we're gonna find out. Yeah, it does. Okay, cool. Let's level this up to be a 3/3 with first strike. Next turn, we can exile Warrenclex again using Flicker Wisp, which would be pretty good. Hopefully we don't flip something that we take a lot of damage off of Bob. That would be pretty bad. We are dead in 3 turns, which is actually a long time, so we might end up being okay. Once we flip something, Bob's probably going to kill us, maybe. Black Lotus into Warrenclex was pretty good, not going to lie. Pretty brutal. We could always just draw a path, too. That would make our lives, like, super easy. Sylvan Library is fine. Let's see what we draw. We take 2, which I'm not in love with. I think that means that I kind of have to Restoration Angel Flicker Wisp this turn. That'll cost 4 mana, so we have 2 mana to use for something else. I think I'm going to Chromox. Exiling Wingmare. Yeah. Because then we can Spirit of the Labyrinth, which just puts a lot of pressure on them. Yeah, I think I like that. We're going to attack with everything. To take a bunch of damage. It's actually, wait, how does this work? Draw 2 additional cards. Oh, Labyrinth is huge. I didn't even think about that. Labyrinth is actually quite good here, I think. Because this stops them from activating Sylvan Library. Or if they don't notice it, then they just have to put 2 extra cards, despite not being able to draw. And we can flash in Restoration Angel to Flicker Wisp their Vorinclex. Or if they don't attack, we can do it during their end step instead. does not do it. I think the worst thing they could have in their hand is like a burn spell. That would be kind of suspect. They just had like lightning bolt because they could either remove flicker wisp, which would remove our lethalness in the air, or they could put us down to 4, which is like then we top deck Armageddon off of Bob and lose the game, which would not be very cool, but it is what it is. Our Bob hits have actually been pretty good. We've taken what, like 0 twice, and then we took 2. That's pretty good Bob flips. Yeah, we're gonna flash in Restoration Angel here. Exile Flicker Wisp. I would like to use its ability. I would like to hit Vorinclex. So they do get it back untapped during their end step, but now we don't take 6 damage, which is very cool. So it should just be the game, yeah. So they do have Black Lotus in their deck. That's really good to know. If they didn't have Black Lotus, I'm assuming that game would have went a lot easier, but it went just fine. Very fortunate to get to drew the way we did. So it seems like they're just playing green. I'm not sure what they're playing red for yet, but being aware of that is probably a good idea. Didn't see any Planeswalkers. I'm not holding up 3 mana ever, so there's really no reason to play Lapse of Certainty, but Lapse of Certainty would be funny if they play like Vorinclex and then I just like put it on top of their library and like time lock them. That'd be funny. The only card I could see maybe bringing in... Wait, doesn't this destroy... I could see maybe Heartless Act being good. I feel like that's troll. I think our deck is fine the way it is. I think I'm just going to run it back. They are playing red, so maybe when we see more of their deck, Certified Ice might be worth it, but seeing their deck, I don't know. I could see a reason to maybe take out Season Hollowblade if they have a bunch of dorks or something, maybe, but I don't know. I think we're just going to keep our hand how it is. This is fine. This is a turn 2 Gideon, which I like. Bomat Courier, that is fine. They're playing Bomat Courier in their Vorinclex deck, which is interesting. I think I've ever seen that before. Black Lotus, come on. We're going to play Plains and then Kithian. We could Ravage his next turn if we want to. Depending on what they do. If they just like sack Black Lotus to, I don't know, cast like Cultivate or something, maybe that's worth it. I don't think we're trading Kithian only because we can plus on Gideon, which I like. We'll take 1. That might be wrong, but we don't know what they're playing this turn. They're playing nothing interesting. Oh, turd. Gideon would be really good, but I think I like Tidehole Scalar better just to see what they're doing. Mana Crypt's, if we wait to play Mana Crypt, it's less incremental damage we're going to take, and it's still going to be good with Ravages regardless. So I think I'm just playing Tidehole Scalar. I want to see what's going on in their hand. Wow. Okay. They have nothing. So maybe I should have hit Bombach Courier. But the benefit is now we have a 2/2, so now if they want, they can just trade in their hand. They can trade in those 4 lands for something else. Oh, it looks like they drew something. Hopefully it dies to Path, whatever it is. Clearbringer's pretty good, but we do have Path, which is also good. They attack. Are they not attacking with Glorybringer? That seems kind of random. They are attacking with Glorybringer. I'm assuming they exert and kill Tideholo. Yeah, that makes sense. That's fine. can actually Tangle Wire them out of a turn here. That seems pretty good. I don't super want to play a land because of Ravages. I think what I do is I play Tangle Wire this turn. Next turn I Ravages Path. And that just gets us like a bunch of combats where they have to tap everything down. Bomb at Courier. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Let's cast Mana Crypt. Let's cast Tangle Wire. I have to tap down 2 next turn. Maybe that was wrong. I don't know. We'll find out. I can Swords during their end step, actually, so that's probably fine. I'm going to attack them for 2. They do have 1 red up, so I can't just Swords it because they're not actually tapped out. If they tap, like, lands or something, but they have to tap 4 anyway, so. See what they tap. Actually, I don't think I want to always yield to that. If they tap both the red sources, I will probably... Is it worth just... No, they have another red source anyways. So we're going to go to our step. We are going to Path Glorybringer. So the trick with Tangle Wire is you want to do the fading trigger first, so you want it to be on top. So we're going to do Tangle Wire at the bottom. Then we're going to do Mana Crypt, and then we're going to do the fading first. Stacking the triggers is like crucial. See if we win the flip. Tails never fails. All right, Tails sometimes fails. We have to tap down 2. I think we're tapping down Tangle Wire, Kithian. Oh wait, I have to tap a 3rd. If I draw a land, I'm gonna want Mana Crypt up. Actually, doesn't matter. I'm just gonna tap a land. Hello, thank you. Let me tap the land. Okay. Okay. This just makes me want to play Gideon. Yeah, we're just gonna play Gideon. Gain back some life, hopefully. I should have maybe tapped down another land. I don't know. Whatever. Play Gideon. Going to plus. Give it indestructible. I'll pass turn. I think maybe that Tangle Wire was wrong. We didn't super need to do it there. Could have like played Gideon and then Tangle Wire. That might have been better. Because then they would have tapped to try to keep Glorybringer on top, and we would have just pathed it. That might have been better. I don't know. Now they're probably going to tap 2 of their lands. We could potentially die to our own Tangle Wire, which would be very sad, but such is the nature of the beast, unfortunately. Hopefully they don't play anything, and then I just get to Ravages them. That would be so good. Because next turn we have to tap down 2, so we can tap down Tangle Wire in a land, and then play Ravages, plus Gideon to give Kithian lifelink and try to, like, not die to our own Tangle Wire. See what they do. If I had to guess, they're probably going to attack us. Because we're pretty low. Oh, they're attacking Gideon. That's awesome. It's perfectly fine with me. I know I made fun of their Bowmine Courier, but it's kind of like scary now. Maybe it is good. I don't know. So again, we want to stack this correctly. We want fading on top every time. I'm going to do fading first. Tails never fails. Oh, I was right. So now we're going to tap Tangle Wire, and we're going to tap Plains. And now we're just going to Ravages. It might have been correct to attack first in order to get like our lifelink. Yeah, it's probably, yeah, they're probably gonna, oh, they're just gonna Bowmat. That makes sense. They draw 4 new cards, but we have 2 cards in our hand and we have a Planeswalker on play and they don't. So we're probably pretty favored. We're gonna give this lifelink. and attack them for 6. We currently can't cast anything in our hand, which is important to denote, but we have a bunch of pressure on them, so hopefully that's enough. That's pretty good. Luckily Gideon's not a creature, so he can't die like that. I'm gonna stack it like this again. We're gonna pick Tails, because Tails is always right. Oh, I got it wrong. We're gonna tap down Tanglewire. I don't even think I played Bob here. Yeah, we're just gonna plus a no one. Oh, we're actually kind of in a suspect place now. If we lose the next 3 flips, we're just dead. But it looks like they don't have a green source, which is awesome. Stack our things the exact same way. Then goes down to 0, so nothing gets tapped. I'm gonna pick Tails again. We lost the flip. We still can't cast anything from our hand. We're gonna attack. We could lose from this position. We can exile our Mana Crypt next turn if need be. It is pretty sad though. Would have been cool if they didn't have a way to kill our guy. They have nothing. We're gonna keep picking Tails. It really doesn't matter what you pick, because it's still 50-50 anyways, so I'm not gonna pretend like, oh my god, it's been hit so many times I need to pick heads. I'm just gonna pick Tails. Do I exile our own Mana Crypt? I think that's stupid. It's a 50-50 chance we just win the game. Otherwise, they just have a single burn spell and our Gideon dies, and then we're just guaranteed to lose the game. So I'm pretty sure I'm just going to plus. Is that wrong? They need a burn spell? No, I'm taking the 50-50. Y'all, I'm crazy. I don't care. 50-50 chance to win the game. We have a 50% chance to win this game. There's a 50% chance. All right, they have probably 2 blockers now, so that is not totally true. We need to win Mana Crypt a lot. Interesting. We need to... Okay, now we have a 25% chance of winning this game. So, yeah. Turns out Mana Crypt bullied us. I guess maybe I was supposed to pick Indestructible. Does this last until your next turn? Oh, until end of turn, yeah. So that wouldn't stop Flame Slash anyway, so there's no point in doing that. But this could have like easily, like we could have easily drawn like land Wingmare and been fine. Yeah, that's probably bad. I'm gonna pick Tails. We won the flip, which is cool. We did get Mox Pearl, which is good. Cast Mox Pearl. Cast Wingmare. We're still dead on... No, we're not dead on board. Gonna minus, I think, an XL Season Pyromancer and then attack. They have to block, and then they only have 1 power in play. So they can put us to 1, which is fine. And then we have 2 lethal threats on the board. And they can't kill Gideon. Okay, we're back. We have, once again, a 50% chance of winning this game. 50% chance. Galvamite Elder is fine. We literally need to... We have a 50% chance. Come on. They're thinking. I think their attack doesn't matter. It's just if we win or lose Mana Crypt. All right. All right, guys. Let's see it. I have to stick to my guns. We're picking Tails. Tails never fails. I'm telling you. Tails never fails. Except when we lost like 9 life the first 3 turns. Other than that, Tails wins every single time. All right. I'll see you guys in round 2. All right, round 2. We won the die roll, which is awesome. We're going to tell our opponents to have fun. This hand's fine. There's no mocks in it, but it's perfectly acceptable. I think we're actually just going to go to turn 1 Student. That plays really well if we just top deck a lane. We can Silverblade and like really do some damage. They could end up playing like red or something, and then I'll regret not playing Giver of Runes. The other option is like if we end up drawing a black source, that's going to be better if we play Giver of Runes turn 1. We'll see what happens. If we draw like Mox Pro, that would be absolutely amazing. Because then we can double level up Student and play Giver in the same turn, which is cool. Or play Recruiter, grab something. They're only down to 6. So they're going to have a little bit less cards in their hand to start with. But they are on the draw, so they will draw up to 7. See if they keep their 6. Oh, they said you too. I like when people are nice. I think it's nice to do something nice. They kept their 6. We'll play Student of Warfare and pass the turn. Probably just double level up. Puts a lot of pressure on them. Yeah, playing mono green. Yeah, okay. I don't think I want to take their turn 2 play. I think I want to take their turn 3 play. So we're going to Student of Warfare, double level up, attack for 3, and then next turn we'll go Giver of Runes and Title of Scholar to mess with whatever they're going to play. Because usually it's not a 3-mana threat. That's the problem. It's like they play another ramp spell on their second turn, and then it's the third turn that the prime times come down and stuff like that. Oh, they're playing blue. Arbor Elf. That makes me think they're maybe playing opposition or something. But them not having a play, I like. They attack us for 1. Yeah, they're probably not going to block Student of Warfare, I'd assume, so that just makes sense. You're going to attack them for 3. They take it. Makes sense. And play Windswept Teeth. This is where Scrubland is looking absolutely amazing. I love being able to cast my spells. It's great. Just a nice change. Nice change of pace. Tidehill Scholar is going to be very nice this game, especially since they're playing blue. They are an opposition deck, but they also don't. Oh, they do have the opposition. Honestly, am I crazy? Here's the thing. Them playing opposition is pretty bad. But I think we can actually deal with opposition the way our hand currently is. We're just going to have like more stuff in play than they do. I think the only way we lose this game is if they get like Channel Emrakul. So I think I'm taking Channel, as weird as that is. And then I'm actually going to play Legion's Landing. Am I playing Legion's Landing? No, I think I'm playing Giver of Runes. Yeah, because that can, if we have a creature, if they have a creature they really want to tap down, we can Giver of Runes to try to give it pro blue. And then they have to tap down another creature in order to tap it down. So it just makes their opposition plan a little bit harder. You can always flip Legion Landing this turn pretty easily. It's fine. I'm assuming they play opposition. Yeah. So I said we can give Runes to keep Student untapped, which is probably what I think they're going to do. Let's see what they do. All right, we do get Mox Pro, which I love. We're going to play Around Days. I'm going to play Silverblade on Student of Warfare. Yeah, I think they let this resolve and they let us pick what we want to soulbound to. I could pick Tidehollow Scholar, which kind of diversifies our damage more. No, I'm just going to do Student Warfare. This creates like a huge problem for them. And then we are going to play this pre-combat. Not that it super matters because they're definitely going to try to tap something down. Like 100%. So we're going to go into combat. If they don't tap anything down, we get to flip Legion's Landing. Okay. I don't think that makes sense from them. I don't know why they wouldn't try to tap something down. They're just going to take it? What do they have in their hand? They're down to 5? I know they have Solemn in their hand. Going down to 5 seems suspect, though. Is it just Solemn? Yeah, it's just Solemn. A little F6. They do get to tap down 3 of our things, which is kind of annoying. But Giver of Runes can actually give pro artifact, unlike Mom, which is cool. Yeah, or Colorless. Sorry, not pro artifact, pro colorless. See if they tap down our lands. I don't think they will. I think they need to deal with what we have on board. We'll give Student of Warfare Pro Blue and make them do this now. Yeah. This just makes them have to do it now. Because otherwise we're going to get Pro Blue and then it's going to like absolutely tear through them. That is fine. That makes sense. So they're only taking 3 this turn. We're going to choose green just for fun. Just for funsies. Amiria's Call 2, 4, 5. We do not have enough mana, but it is an untapped land. We could grab a 3 mana play. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab Recruiter of the Guard for what's it called? Recruiter of the Guard for Phyrexian Revoker and then name opposition, and then their hand kind of does nothing, and they're in a ton of danger. They would need like a Wrath in their blue green deck, which I don't think they have. Just gonna play Recruiter of the Guard. Will always yield. Yes, I would like to use its ability. Yeah, I think that's just the best thing that we can get. Where is it? Revoker. Name opposition. I don't know what they could have. Ugin would be good here. Maybe that would have been Give my Elder will not do it. I think maybe it would have been correct to name a land or to name like Arbor Elf, because otherwise them drawing Ugin 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, they could cast Ugin, which would probably be the end of the game. We'd probably just lose after that. Whereas like them oppositioning us really doesn't do anything. Yeah, okay, we won. That game went pretty well. They are giving Pro Blue seems really good against their opposition deck. I do like that. I think that's better than Midnight Reaper. I don't think they're really going to be like wrathing us or anything. The other option, no, we're not playing Languish. We're playing Mono White. We're not playing Languish in our deck. I don't hate Blast Zone. I may play Blast Zone over Mishra's Factory. It could just like snipe all their 1 mana plays, but then again, we have 1 mana plays that we don't want dying. Yeah. But this like killing their dorks when all they have is like opposition out on the battlefield, that could be really good. Is that better than Mishra's Factory? I think so. We'll try it. I think that's the only changes we're gonna make. This hand is fine. I think it's a keep. No Mox. If we draw Mox, it would be a really good hand. But it is another Student of Warfare. We're not on the play this time though, which is a little sad, but that's okay. We can always get what we want. Spectral Possession is fine. Spectral Possession works well with Tanglewire. We just want to rip like land. Because then we can Spectral Possession into Tanglewire and basically they have to deal with Tanglewire and we don't. We're kind of just chilling. Gonna just double level up Student of Warfare. Might have been better to play Spirit of the Labyrinth. We didn't see any card draw from them. Wall of Roots is pretty annoying. We do want to land here. That's good too. So let's just cast Spectral, which I think is what we're doing. And attack for 3 and see if they want to do anything about it. Alright, they do block. We don't have any burn spells in our deck, but it's good to just gauge our opponent's response. We are going to cast Spectral Possession. It's going to go really well with our Tanglewire we're probably going to play next turn. Tanglewire, unfortunately, Wall of Roots can still give mana even if it is tapped. So that's a little bit not ideal, but if this is just opposition, this is Urza. Interesting. We could actually copy Urza. That doesn't seem that bad. Copy Urza and the name opposition might be the play. I'm gonna pick Tails. Tails never fails, just like I said. Wingmare. Okay. We can Phyrexian Metamorph on Urza. Phyrexian Mana for an Urza gives us 2 mana. Then we could Hollow Blade or Spirit of the Labyrinth. That does give them a bunch of mana to untap with. I could also just play Phyrexian Revoker on opposition now. I think I like that better. So we're going to attack with our 3 spirits. There are options we could just name Urza. That's probably better. We haven't seen opposition yet. Maybe I don't do this. No, I think this is right. I'm gonna copy Urza. We get a trigger. We're gonna tap an untapped artifact we control. And then play an artifact, and we're gonna name opposition. And then we are gonna pass the turn. Now we have a 4/4 construct. That's pretty good. What's the fourth? Oh, because the copy is still an artifact. I forgot. This makes an artifact copy. So our construct is actually huge. And then we get to Tanglewire next turn. So opposition isn't good for them here. They might just shuffle with Urza and see if they get something. Otherwise, next turn, we can just like play Hollow Blade plus Tanglewire. Or Spirit, maybe, in Tanglewire. I don't know. We haven't seen any card draw from them, so. This is going to be good for them. They can kind of play something here. They kind of have a turn to do something. Raphaelos is pretty scary, but Tanglewire makes it less scary. They do not do anything. We're going to say Tails. We won the flip because we're just that good. We did draw land, which is good. That means we can play 2 things this turn. 1, 2, 3. So they can kill the construct if they really want. I need how much more mana? I need 4. I need 5 white mana to get Student of Warfare Double Strike. I feel like that's not worth our time. I think I'm attacking like this. See how they block, and then main phase 2 we'll do some stuff. Hopefully some of their permanents die here, because that'll make Tanglewire even better. Alright, they're just taking a bunch of damage. Hopefully this Tanglewire, they can just tap all their creatures though, but they kind of need Raphaelos. This really only snags 1 mana from them, but hopefully that's enough. Find out. Grab Scrubland. We're going to tap 3 for... The other options I could just Ring Mare. If their plan is a non-creature, that's like the same thing. Although this takes away all their blockers too. Yeah, this is just better. Now we're going to play Hackblade. I think Hackblade's better than Spirit. We didn't see any card draw yet. And if they somehow do have a Wrath or something, it's going to be better. I think maybe I'm supposed to play Spirit. I don't know. Tanglewire is going to go off. This eats up basically 1 land from them. So it's actually not the best because they didn't block anything. Maybe we should have attacked with like all of our creatures. We do have a ton of mana here. They only have 5. They can minus roots to get 6. So this could be like prime time. Thragtusk is fine. Could be way worse with that much mana in play. We're going to do Fading first. It's going to fade down to 3. We're going to pick Tails. Tails never fails. Oh, we've gotten really lucky. We're going to tap down Tanglewire, obviously. I think we're tapping down Phyrexian Revoker. I don't really see a reason to attack or block with that. And then as far as our third one, I don't think we're attacking with Urza. I think we're going to tap those 3. Going double spell this turn seems good. Russian Import takes them off double blue. I don't know if that's relevant or not. We're gonna attack first and see how they block. I think they kind of have to block the construct. I think if they don't do that, that's kind of troll. So they would take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 damage is a lot of damage. Did I have lethal if I didn't tap down any of my creatures? I think I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, we had lethal if I didn't tap down my creatures, so that was wrong. But that's okay. That one's perfect. I should probably learn how to count, maybe. That'll be the next league. I learn how to count. So do block the construct, that makes sense. We don't have an artifact to play, unfortunately. They do go down a bunch of life. They do need something pretty good. I think it's better to just go double spell here. We're gonna play Wingmare. And then we're gonna play Spirit of the Labyrinth, and hopefully, I don't know what they could have. They have one, if they go Forest, they'll have 6, 7, 8, which would be bad. Because then they could minus Ugin. That could be a way that we lose. Oh no, they won't have enough because of Wingmare. Yeah. Oh no, but they can tap Construct. They don't have a Forest though, so now they can't. I'm not sure what they could have. It's a shame we missed lethal last turn. I should learn how to count. I was too focused on like not wanting to lose my Phyrexian Revoker because of opposition that I figured like I just wouldn't be attacking with it. I should have thought of doing the math. Opponent gave us GG's. They're 1 mana away. Ugin? Yeah, so they had Ugin, which Wingmare was kind of massive there. Our opponent had Ugin, and they basically just needed to draw lands, and they did not. They had Ugin in their deck, which is very scary. Honestly, we could have drawn Flicker Wisp and then just Flicker Wisped Phyrexian Revoker in order to name what's it called, but Wingmare was really good there because they would have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so if they had a Forest, they would have been fine. They could have played it for 9, but Wingmare wins us the entire game. So Wingmare's broken, I guess. I'll see you guys in round 3. All right, we're in round 3 in the finals. Hopefully we can bring home another trophy. We won the die roll, which is awesome. And we have a Mox Pearl in our hand, which is even awesomer. We're gonna keep... We're probably not playing Mox Pearl turn 1. We don't have a 2-drop to play. So I don't see a need to show them that Mox Pearl's in our hand. The only reason why we'd want to play Mox Pearl is if they have like Thoughtseize, but they probably Thoughtseize our Flicker Wisp, if I had to guess. Actually, if we play Mox Pearl, that lets us play Giver of Runes turn 1, and then we could attack turn 2 with Mishra's Factory, but I don't think that's what we're doing. I'd rather just play Flicker Wisp, so. Our opponent is thinking about doing something on our upkeep before we draw with no mana in play. Alright, we're good. We're just gonna give her runes. No reason to show them the Mox Pearl yet. We can make a Mox Pearl Flicker Wisp next turn. They do have a Dork, which is fine. We're going to attack them for 1. Play Mishra's Factory. Play Pearl. We're gonna Flicker Wisp. We're gonna exile Mox Pearl. So we have 1 mana up, so maybe we have mana Tithe. They have no idea. We could Tithe their play. What is this? Rex Sage is pretty good, actually. Actually, it doesn't really do anything against us. We're gonna be just fine. Good Mistress Factory this turn. Play planes. We're gonna animate. If they do block Mishra's Factory, we can just give it per green. So they're probably not gonna block. We do need to draw things that aren't lands. A threat next turn would be really good, because then we can play a threat and then Ravages the following turn, and that kind of puts us in a good spot. We're gonna attack. They might block, actually. I'm pretty sure them attacking us for 3 makes more sense than them blocking 2 damage. I'm losing a card. Yeah. I'll see what they do. If they play nothing, I honestly might just Ravages. We have another land in our hand. It's a shame they got rid of our Pearl, because then I would definitely Ravages. We would have 2 mana in our hand, which is enough. See what they do. So far it looks like just mono green, but they could also be playing blue or white or red, honestly, like who knows. Nissa makes me want to wrath their lands, but maybe we're not doing that yet. Probably attack us for 3 if I had to guess. They don't. Interesting. Got Seasoned Hackblade. That's actually a good draw, because I do want to play that. We're going to animate. Maybe they're sacking Rexage here. Next turn, we're going to go for Ravages, so hopefully they don't play anything scary this turn. If we dodge one more turn, we're going to be just fine. That's fine. We're going to give her, giving this per green. To take 3, then we play Hackblade. Then next turn we get to Ravages them. We do unfortunately lose our Mishra's Factory, but killing all their land seems pretty good. Ooh, Feast and Famine is scary. I don't think I like them untapping all their lands and making... Yeah, we're going to have to discard anyways if they hit us, so we might as well block. It's fine. So we are going to discard Scrubland, unfortunately. But that's okay. We are going to Ravages, which seems pretty brutal here. We're going to attack them for 3 overhead, and we can just block every single turn using Giver and Seasoned. So we should be okay. What is this? There's no reason to play out Mana Crypt. We don't have anything to cast yet, so it seems kind of silly. This Flicker Wisp having flying is like absolutely awesome. See what they do. I'm assuming they attack. All right. I appreciate them not making me click. Is there any reason to play out a Swamp? No, I don't think. Just gonna attack them for 3. We have lethal on board next turn because we can give Hackblade unblockable basically by giving it per green. So they do need something this turn, and it has to cost 4 mana or less. If they don't, then we're fine. Do have something in it, looks like. Ballista would be pretty bad. Ooh, Natural Order. Let's see what they get. This might be enough. This is like a Tarka. That's pretty brutal. If it's what's it called, we should be fine. Yeah, we're fine. Oh, this buys them an extra turn, doesn't it? Because they can just block our Flicker Wisp. Yeah, that is wrong. You don't want to do that. Huh. It's actually pretty brutal. Because this gains life, doesn't it? Yeah, they can gain 3 life. I think I'm still just like forcing this through. So you can give this Pogreen. This makes it so they have to attack with Gargaroth. Um, and then they have to gain life. They can't pick something else. That was a good option from our opponent. That was smart. We choose pro green. We're gonna attack them for 3. We can just draw path off the top. Or no, we don't have path. We have the life gain one, which is a little bit worse. Let's see. If we have to end up discarding, what are we gonna discard? Most of our things cost double away. I think are gonna end up discarding Swamp if we need to discard. Elder Gargoyle there was actually kind of Galaxy Brain. It is Reach, in case you don't know. So that's why we don't have Lethal anymore. Because if we give Seasoned Hackblade protection, they could just block Flicker Wisp, and then they would gain 3 life, so it wouldn't be lethal. So we're probably just gonna block Nissa, discard, take 6, take 7, depending on how they attack. Kind of sus. Kind of suspect. They're going to equip it to Gargaroth. Oh, it does have Vigilance. Okay, that makes sense. It gives it pro black too. Like they don't know we don't just have a black kill spell, which we do not have in our deck, but oh, okay. I thought that they picked to put a 3/3 beast into play, and I was like, why would you do that? But that's not what they did. This does have trample. Oh, so we are going to discard it anyways. Does this have trample? This does have trample. So we're actually just going to take it. You have to discard. That makes sense, them putting swords on that, actually. So what can we draw? I think we just lose. I think Elder Gargadon was a great play there, unfortunately. We're very, very close. It might have been correct to just attack them with both creatures and just take the swords hit that one turn. That might have been better than what we did. I'm gonna discard Swamp. Because then we would have had lethal. Lotus Cobra. So they're all still just green creatures. Hex Drinker, yeah, they're all just still green creatures. I don't know what we could draw. Sword is a good start. Gains them 8 life though. That's a lot of life. Like if this was Path, we would just win. But since it's swords, they're gonna gain 8 life, and then we don't have lethal on the board anymore. This is so suspect. We're gonna give this pro green, I think, and crash in again. Hopefully they keep swords on Gargaroth. That would be great. I am kind of scared of Hex Drinker, but I guess not yet. I'm gonna give it pro green. This would be so cool if we had if we had Path in our hand, but we do not. We're going to pass the turn back to them. They do have 1 card in hand, but they have Hex Drinker. Otherwise, I could see just maybe I'm supposed to leave the 2 of them back. Maybe that's the play. You're going to yield to that. We want to make sure that they don't get their attack trigger off with Garganon. What is this? Their last card is a 5-mana play. This is Thragtusk. I'm going to be really sad. Thragtusk could be pretty good against us. Plow Under? That's fine. We're just going to swords their Gargaroth now. And they don't have enough mana to move the thing somewhere else. Plow Under is fine. And they had to hit one of their own lands, so we know they're drawing a land next turn, which is awesome. They don't have enough mana to equip. What's it called this turn? Okay, this is good. Okay, now this is epic. They probably are supposed to attack and leave back 1 blocker. I think that's what they're supposed to do. Oh, I don't think they're supposed to attack with Hex Drinker, though. That seems like something they're not supposed to do. So we're going to block Hex Drinker and discard, I think. I don't agree with that from our opponent. I think that's wrong. Negain Indestructible. I guess maybe the reason they did that is it makes us hold back a creature. This puts them, yeah. So if we attack for 6, they go down to 4, and then we don't just have lethal, and they can kill us. Oh no, they can't kill us, right? 2, 4. They can only deal 6. We know they're drawing a forest, right? You can deal 5. This doesn't deal damage, right? Just card a card on top of lands you control. Yeah. So we can just attack them for 7 and then attack for 3 next turn. Yeah, we have lethal. Right? We attack for 7. They go down to 3. We have 2 lethal threats. They can't kill us by attacking. They can only deal 6. Then we're fine. Okay. I wouldn't do this if we didn't know that they're drawing a forest because they had to plow under one of their forests. So I think we got them. Right? This doesn't deal damage. Discard a card on top of lands. Yeah. We're fine. If Noble Hierarch was a 1/1, we would lose the game. Because then they would have 7 damage, but they don't. Because Noble Hierarch only contributes 1 more power when only one of their creatures attack. So yeah, we got there. That was a very, very close game. Very fortunate that we drew Swords to Plowshare when we did. Would have been cooler if it was Path, but don't always get what we want. This art is actually really cool. I just noticed that from left to right, it's literally Swords to Plowshare. That's cool. They're playing mono green, which makes Heartless Act look better, but they do have the pro black sword, which I don't love. I don't see a reason to play Nimble Obstructionist. I'm pretty sure we're just running it back. Hopefully they don't have the nuts, and we get Ox Pearl in their hand, and they don't have Rex Age. This hand is pretty bad, actually. We need to draw lands, but we are on the draw. I think I'm gonna mulligan. This is much better. I'm glad we kept this. We'll keep. We're gonna put. We need a Mirius Call, and we want Giver of Runes. I think I'm putting Tangle Wire on the bottom. Maybe I want Tangle Wire. Maybe I'm getting rid of Rich and Import. Because I want to go turn 1. No, I think I have to get Chromox. I just don't have enough cards in my hand to do that. If we end up drawing a land, I'll feel a little silly, but we just don't have enough cards in our hand to use Chromox. That is kind of scary. We're going to play, and we're going to pay 3 life. We would most like to lose Kithian to Hex Drinker, which we will block next turn if they attack. I could totally just lose to Hex Drinker here. I guess Swords would be our best draw then, but we kind of need another white source too. This hand's kind of suspect. It's not great. Hopefully they attack and we just get to trade. Yeah, okay. This just stresses me out a lot less. Might have been better to lose Giver or Student. I'm not 100% sure. You have Skull Clamp, which is okay. I think just for mana efficiency's sake, I'm just gonna Phyrexian Revoker naming Skull Clamp. This prevents them from equipping it, so if their hand is just like 3 mana dorks, they're kind of in danger. If it's not though, be sadder. Rex Age is pretty good from them. That lets them Skull Clamp their Rex Age to draw more cards. You might be in danger. Our mana's also a little awkward. Don't have double white. Yeah, we can only play 1 spell this turn. I think it's going to be Port plus a creature, so I think I'm doing Giver of Runes. I'd like to set a stop here. I'm playing Giver of Runes, playing my land, and then porting them on upkeep. We can only play 1 spell this turn, and we can't play Flicker Wisp, and I don't see a reason to play Tangle Wire. Yeah, I think maybe we Tingle War next turn. Opponent says it's dirty that they got Rex Sage off the top. I agree. 3-mana killer creature. Pretty good. Get a 2-2 in the process. That is pretty good against us. Honestly, no, that's stupid. Because we can just do that next turn if we want to. Student Warfare. Hopefully Plains would be awesome. Mox Pearl. Recruiter of the Guard is good too. This means I can't port them, but I think I just need like stuff to do. This lets us get Dark Confidant, which I like. We can get Tidehood Sculler. I'm definitely casting Recruiter of the Guard. I don't know what I'm getting though. This hand was very unfortunate so far. Yeah, we could also get Metamorph. Metamorph if they end up playing like a big creature or something, or we could just copy Thanks and then get back and copy something else. I think I like Metamorph more than I like Dark Confidant. I think I'm getting Metamorph and then passive. Because now they can't attack with Rex Sage unless they just want to lose it for free. If they play something big, we can just copy it with Metamorph. This is pretty scary. How many lands do you need? 7? 7 or more, yeah. So they are definitely on their way. That's a lot of mana. Crusting Beast would be really brutal from them. Yeah, that makes sense. They're just gonna start drawing through their deck, which is pretty scary. So we have 2 turns until Nissa flips. We can Flicker Rest Recruiter of the Guard at some point to get another card. Interesting. I would have put on Kitchen Finks and then attacked. I think that makes more sense. We're going to draw for turn. Plains would have been ideal. I think I'm just Metamorph copying Kitchen Finks. We can always flicker it with Flicker Wisp if need be, or if it dies, we can just flicker it and copy something. We're like struggling pretty bad. We can't really like cast our spells because of Rishid Import, unfortunately. I think it's gonna be really challenging to win this one. They're just drawing a lot of cards. Read them all down. It's worth playing out. They still have to win, so it'll eat up a lot of their time at least. But I don't know. Seems a little suspect. See what they play. They need 1 more land to flip Nissa. Guess you can't tap Planeswalkers, right? Yes. This will be better once Nissa flips or removes one of the permanents they can top. But even then, I'm pretty sure Tanglewire is just going to be more brutal against us than it will against them. Maybe instead of doing that, we're supposed to Student Warfare tap down their Guy's Cradle, but Guy's Cradle only taps for 2, which isn't like that much. They're thinking about what they want to do. They're probably going to be fine. I had to take a guess. Garrick seems pretty good, but we can just give something pro. They're probably just going to kill Giver Runes if I had to guess. Yeah, that makes sense. We're going to give Recruiter the Guard pro green. Seems pretty good. Need to flip Garrick. Move their Skull Clamp over. They do not do anything though. Oh, we can't cast our spells. Come on. I think Is there anything you want to search for if we can copy Recruiter? Or a Silverblade Paladin that we can't cast? Uh, yeah, this game's not looking great. I think the play though is we do attack with Kitchen Finks at Garrick. They're probably gonna block and draw 2 cards, but we're just desperate. This lets us copy Recruiter to grab Dark Confidant. I'm interested to see which one happens first. Seems like theirs happens first and then mine happens. So if it enters as anything except Nissa, it's gonna die instantly. Oh no, it'll come back with a -1/-1 counter. So I could gain another 2 life. I think I'd rather just grab Bob. Could also take a card out of their hand. I think that's worse. We're just like trying to draw cards desperately. We need lands pretty bad. Play Student of Warfare. Again, they have a pay 1 mana, draw 2 cards every turn effect in play, so we should lose, but we do get to see a bunch of their deck, which I do like. Get to a more rounded picture of what they're doing. They should have tapped that after they plussed. Alright, it does not matter. Yeah. I don't think we're winning this one. I think we're just going to concede. I don't want them to see cards off of Bob. They got it. So they're playing Avenger. They have, what's it called? They can cheat it into play. I don't think we're changing anything about our deck again. I think it's fine the way it is. I think we just need to draw lands. That's the way we're going to win. We do get to go first, which is awesome. I do like that. This hand at first scared me, but I think it's fine. Yeah, again, no Mox, no Mana Crypt, but we make do. We didn't see Wasteland from them, but I see no reason to not just grab a Plains. We don't have a double black spell in our deck. We can port them next turn. They play nothing. Legion's Landing isn't the most aggressive 1/1, but it does gain us life, which is cool. We do have Ravages in this hand. Maybe they don't play Dork. That's actually fine. Let's see if they trade. I think I was supposed to attack first before Richard importing. Alright, this is fine. And during their upkeep, we get to stop them from Jorga Tree Speakering, so they don't just get a green Soul Ring. Which is fine. And Elf is pretty good for them. They do attack us for 1. His hand is going really poorly, I think. We're going to attack with the Vampire. Actually, probably should have given it Vigilance. I think we're playing Gideon this turn. And then we can try to Ravages next turn or something. We're going to pay 3 life. Cast Gideon. We're going to plus. We're going to give it Indestructible. Yeah, we should have given it Vigilance. There's no reason not to. But that's okay. Now they get to play 4-drop, which could be bad. This could be like Gargoth into play if they have it. Hopefully they don't. If they tap Arbor Elf, I'll be sad. Okay, Wall of Roots is fine. Ravages hurts us more than it hurts them. Honestly, they have so much mana in play. What is this? Scoos. Interesting. We're just gonna give this Indestructible, I guess. I'm gonna attack them for 4. I'm not sure why they're playing Scavenging Ooze. It's kind of random. I can attack with both. And then I'm just playing Swamp and Spectral Procession. Okay, we gained 1 life. That attack actually probably didn't make any sense, but whatever. Yeah, I think Spectral Procession is going to be better than like Spirit and Port. They just have, how much money? They have 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. I don't think the difference between 7 mana and 6 is that brutal, although if they play Avenger of Zendikar, I'll feel like a fool, but playing Spectral lets us flip Legion's Landing next turn, which is awesome. They don't have any flyers currently, so that is also good to note. You can just Ravages next turn, might as well. We need to dodge like one turn. This is Gargaroth, it's probably the game. Poly K can eat one of our things. I think that's fine. Can always exile it with Gideon eventually. I'm assuming they're just gonna fight one of our spirits. Looks like that's not what they're doing. We will block, unfortunately, because we will probably need to kill Poly K. I think we're just jumping with one, because otherwise, if we block with two and then they kill a spirit, we can't flip Legion's Landing anymore. So I'm pretty sure we're just blocking with one. Is that right? Are we blocking with two? Flipping Legion's Landing is how I'm going to play Spirit of the Labyrinth next turn. Yeah, I think I am doing this. Yeah, and then they're going to monster set, which is fine. We could also just draw like, oh, that's brutal. Ooh, that sucks pretty bad. Huh. Tidal Escaler grabbing, snagging their last card seems fine. Now they get the monstrous Poly K. I might just have to minus Gideon, honestly. As bad as that seems. I think I'm looking at what's in their hand first, regardless. Because if I let them untap with Poly K, they're just going to wrap their board. Let's see what's going on in their hand. Tidal Escaler there was really good. Oh, we will definitely take Harmonize. I think we just have to kill Poly K here, unfortunately. We're gonna attack first. Yeah, that makes sense. You just take two. Yeah, we're kind of in danger. Luckily, they're just top decking though, which I do like. There's no creatures in the graveyard for them to eat with skews, which I also like. And we do get to Ravages them next turn. And we do have flying power. This could be fine. It's definitely not where I want to be though. They do draw land and they play it, which I think is interesting. We will trade Spirit of the Labyrinth for Scavenging Ooze. That is something that we would love to do. After we... Oh, wait, no, they didn't draw land. Wait, what did they... No, don't play creature. No. No, not Primal Command. Ugh. Now we just have a tap land. That's pretty brutal. Ugh. We lose a draw. Hopefully they tutor something that they won't be able to cast after we kill them. Oh yeah, that's fine. That is just fine. Because we get to kill all their lands this turn. Okay, that's actually fine then. It's basically the same sequence. We just lose a draw and they get a Crater Hoof in their hand, which they can't cast. Gonna Ravages and then attack for 2 overhead. This sets them back a ton. Oh, they're just gonna eat our graveyard. They have nothing better to do, so it makes sense. They don't get any counters though. Everything in our graveyard isn't a same creature. We are definitely in a weird spot, but we could end up winning this game. Don't think I'm attacking with Spirit. I think I'm just attacking with Overhead, and hopefully we just like draw super good. This is definitely not the position I want to be in. So it'd be so much better if we had like what's it called? Giver. Giver would actually be a great draw here. Brick Sage we will just take. I don't want to give them a 3/3, I think. They're just gonna take 2 for now. At some point we might trade our Vampire. I don't want to do it now though. It's gonna attack for 2. We know they just have Crater Hoof in their hand. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana, so they need 3 more mana to cast Crater Hoof. So we are kind of on a clock here. Noble is actually a good draw from them, honestly. That makes them race us faster, which I don't love. We will take 2. Or take 3 rather. They are now 2 mana short from casting Crater Hoof. Plains is not what we wanted. We might end up losing. See what they draw. The issue is like lands are okay for them. Hexdrinker is pretty scary. Yeah, I think we're gonna lose. Baneslayer was not the draw we wanted there, unfortunately. Baneslayer was not the dream. You're gonna get a 6/6 protection from everything next turn. That's just a 2-turn clock. I think it's worth blocking now. Could we block with Tidehold Sculler? What could we draw? Let's look. I think it's just over. I don't think we can draw anything. Restoration Angel doesn't do it. They're how many? They're 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they're 2 mana away. Casting Crater Hoof. I think we're just blocking here. And I don't know, drawing something. Probably going to squeeze our creature away, or they could level up Hexdrinker another time. Makes sense too. I don't know what we could draw. We did not draw what we wanted. Maybe I shouldn't have kept that hand. I don't know. Yeah, that's probably the game, unfortunately. Dang, I thought we were gonna get another trophy. You were close. I do love playing Mono White much more than playing like slow grindy decks. So I'm very blessed and highly favored. So they are gonna get a 6/6 protection from everything. So we need a Wrath next turn that costs 3 mana. That's not in our deck. So it's looking pretty bad. Yeah, Baneslayer was basically the worst card we could have drawn. It would have been cool to play Baneslayer before we had a Ravages, then we would have been fine. And that Poly K was a really important draw from them too. I think what they do is they just attack us for 7, yeah. I can't think of a way we can win, but maybe. All right, Scrubland does not do it. 4 lands off the top. Does not do it. We do get to attack them for 2. Uh, very unlucky. I don't think we made any mistakes. I guess maybe if I knew I was gonna draw. No, we had to play Miria's Call. To play our turn one landing. I think we just drew, like, unfortunately. Which, you know, it happens, whatever. Their deck seems sweet. They have all the dorks they need. Our opponent says Armageddon against the green deck. Yeah, I think in retrospect I probably should have sided it out, but I'm not even sure what I would have put in. Maybe like a sword or something. So we did win 100 points, which is cool. I did want that trophy. It seemed in grass. Mox Pro White is a great way to beat some trophies out of people, but our opponent did get it in the end. I think we played well, or well enough. I think the drafting was definitely really good. Mono White was super open. We had Pearl, so we had a reason to go into Mono White. Yeah. I actually like making these, so I'll probably end up making another one. I don't really upload on this channel regularly, so if you're like me and you really only like Vintage Cube, like I'm never gonna upload a video of me playing like Modern. I'm probably once Vintage Cube closes, I'm just gonna stop uploading videos, and then when it reopens, I'll like upload a shit ton, and I'll just do that. So if you do like Vintage Cube, subscribe. There's gonna be more Vintage Cube, and I'll see you in the next one.